What's tea, everybody?
Real tea, plastic savage. Ooh, spill that tea.
What's up, everybody? You already know what it is. It's me, Zachary, aka Plastic Savage, bringing you real tea from the Plastic Savage. I'm still getting used to this whole live stream through StreamYard. Shout out to StreamYard. So this might be a little bit of a bumpy ride, but if you're here with me and you are here for the ride, then shout out to you. All right, so trying to figure out how to get my little hot topics thing playing so that I can get into some things. Also, shout out to Reggie Beats for this amazing Sir instrumental. It's like a Sir type beat, you know, like Nicki Minaj Sir. Okay. So first things first. There's a lot going on this week. We might honestly have to do a part 2 because I don't know how much time that I really have to dedicate to this. But I felt like it was a little bit more organic for me to give my true thoughts on things when I come through with a live rather than pre-recording. So, yeah. Also, shout out to me for a lot of these graphics for my channel. I made them all myself. So, you know, if anybody needs some sick new headers or promotional things for their page, you know, let me know. Anyway, I want to talk about Doja Cat. She actually is now set to be hosting the VMAs, which are on the 12th of September this year. And I love Doja Cat. As a barb, she really gives me that Nicki's, you know, how Nicki's the queen, like she gives me that like princess vibes for sure. I love Planet Her. It's such a great album too. So I am very excited. It kind of reminds me of when Nicki hosted I think like the European Music Awards in 2014, I think it was. So yeah, I'm excited about it. And I think she's also supposed to be performing. And she just did an interview. Well, she did a little magazine cover and interview with Interview Magazine. She was interviewed by Missy Elliott. I thought that was interesting. And there was like some comments about how like similar they were. And I was like, well, I mean, I guess, but most people definitely see the Nicki Doja, you know, connection more. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited for the VMAs and I'm super excited now to see Doja. Can't wait to see what she's going to bring, what she's going to wear, because you know she's always out there, but in the best way. So moving on to Saweetie. Shout out to Saweetie, and that Saweetie meal is popping. I don't care what anybody says. I got it like 3 times, and every time it was so good. Everything in the meal was crisp and fresh, and for that price, I mean, what's the problem? People are haters, and I love sweet and sour sauce. So that Saweetie and sour sauce is super cute. Yeah, I saw somebody on Twitter say, I think it was Xander. He does like really great graphics. He said, and I was thinking this too, but it's never gonna happen. He was like, I want Nicki to have a McDonald's meal and have barbecue sauce. I love that idea. I don't think it will ever happen, but I definitely love that idea. So anyway, so Saweetie is on the Black Eyed Peas' new song, Hit It. It came out like a few weeks ago. I like it. I liked it right away. I have it on my end of summer playlist on Apple Music, which is actually public, so anybody can stream that playlist now. You know what? I should figure out how to link my playlist, because I curate playlists, for seasons, for vibes, all different things, parties. I mostly do like, like fall, summer, spring, winter, like whatever. But I have an end of summer one. And this Black Eyed Peas song with Saweetie on it is on that. And I love it. And the video just came out today, and I think she looks really good. It's definitely in front of a green screen. I don't even know if they all filmed it together, to be quite honest. Wait, and so it features Lily Pons and Saweetie. So you should go listen to that. Obviously, I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get copyright, whatever. But yeah, anyway, she also shut down rumors that she's been seeing Quavo again. She said Pinocchio ass article. Anyways, back to this Sweetie meal. Yes, ma'am. Go eat another Sweetie meal. But she's not sitting there eating Sweetie meals all the time. Not with that figure. Okay, so there's no way you don't know about the Kanye and Drake drama. Part of me thinks it's marketing, and all just, to like ramp up attention for their albums coming out. But I also kind of think Kanye is allegedly, let me make sure I say allegedly. I think Kanye is a bit unhinged. So I honestly wouldn't put it past him to be having some kind of like psycho issue where he like actually hates Drake. But yeah, so I mean, this is after he leaked Drake's address and all this stuff. So they've been going back and forth with, subliminals. And if you even type in Kanye West and Drake on Google, that's pretty much what comes up, all that. And someone posted that it reminded them of when Kanye and 50 Cent had their like beef, and it was super publicized, and then like they dropped their projects at the same time, and they like battled, and they both did really well. I forget who won that, but they both did pretty well because the headlines that it brought. So it's definitely giving that. It's reminiscent of that for sure. So Kanye had hit another Donda listening event, which to me, Donda listening events are getting redundant. Redundant. Really, they are. And to me, he doesn't really make good music anymore. He just is really great at publicity stunts at this point, allegedly. But let's see. So he brought out Marilyn Manson and DaBaby. Now, I really don't have too much of a problem with the DaBaby thing. The only problem I have is that apparently he took Jay-Z's verse off of one of the songs and replaced it with DaBaby. I find that to be incredibly, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like that, again, like stuff like that. I'm like, you're purely doing this for the shock value. Like, let me disrespect a legend and an icon by replacing him with someone who's having all this backlash for something stupid that they chose to do and they're brand new. Which, in a sense, I do respect, like putting on like a new person or like giving like a newer artist a chance. But in the context in which he does stuff like that, I feel like it's always like allegedly. I personally feel like there's always like an ulterior motive. But what I'm disgusted with is the Marilyn Manson thing. I mean, the allegations against him, and I'm going to stress allegations, because I'm not these people, but that man has always been creepy. I don't know what correlation he has with Kanye West music. He's definitely like on some devil worshiping, like satanic stuff. So, but he brought him there with all these sexual assault allegations and all this nonsense, like all this very negative, just disgusting, disturbing stuff out there about this man recently. And he brought him there. And I'm just like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? Like, for the attention? That's all you care about. Because you still didn't release his album. And like that picture, that it's like crazy to me. Crazy to me. Marilyn Manson should have had a mask on, not the baby. But yeah, so at the end he closed it with Kim Kardashian wearing a wedding dress. I thought that was bizarre. I don't know what kind of again, publicity stunt, because you guys are getting a divorce, but you had her come there wearing a wedding dress. I don't understand. And then he set himself on fire. There's a lot going on. But I mean, just saying all of that, it sounds like what someone would do when they're literally looking like, let me set myself on fire and remarry my ex that I'm currently divorcing and bring out like people who are publicly being like ostracized right now for very like negative things that they did or allegedly did. Let me say that. It just all screams, hi, I want your attention really bad. So, but yeah. Anyway, so child. Anyway, so the Matrix. I am. Forgive me. I took a few hits before I started this. Anyway, so The Matrix. That's a movie that I have loved since it came out when I was in my childhood. My family was obsessed with that movie. I was obsessed with them. Like it was one of those like around that time like the Mummy movies came out and like Harry Potter movies and Lord of the Rings. So like it was in that rotation of like they kept having sequels and like so yeah. Super into that. Loved The Matrix, loved Neo. The concept was so amazing. And I know that some of the special effects like from the originals were literally so innovative that they changed the way Hollywood made movies going forward, especially with like that freeze frame effect when like the bullets get shot at them. But anyway, so what I'm trying to get into is they announced that The Matrix 4 is coming out, and there isn't an official trailer that has been released yet, but I am so excited because it's supposed to be coming out in December, which means that's not that far away if you really think about it. For something that we have hardly heard about, it's coming. That's coming up quick. They've been sitting on this for a hot minute. So it's literally going to be called the Matrix 4 Resurrections or Matrix Resurrections. I'm very excited. Apparently Morpheus isn't going to be in it. I don't know if he passed away in real life or in the movie. I forget the end of the last one, to be quite honest. Like I forget the end of the third one. But yeah, I am again, like I cannot wait. And like so the description from someone who actually was there being able to watch the trailer, because they did like a special viewing at like I forget what the name of the value. I lost the article that I was looking at a few minutes ago. I've been deleting a lot of stuff off my phone. But so basically he is having dreams. He doesn't remember like Keanu Reeves' character, Thomas Anderson, who plays obviously Neo in The Matrix. He has no recollection of The Matrix, and he's basically just wandering around in like present day, like unaware and just kind of like a zombie, like just shuffling through the world. And he's like talking to his therapist, who's Neil Patrick Harris, and yeah, like he ends up running into the other main character from the movie, and then I guess they start making the connection. But what's crazy is they're saying, he spends his days taking prescription blue pills and wondering why everyone in the world is glued to their phones. And then he looks around and realizes he's the only one on a crowded elevator not looking at his phone. I think that is so crazy because I feel like the prescription blue pills like represents everybody on Adderall or everybody on like Xanax, or you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's on like a drug and just like pushing through and just getting through and numbing themselves and like just staring at their phones, especially with like how crazy the world got in the last 2 years. Like I feel like everybody's looking for an escape, and so they're using like social media and like stuff like that to get it. And I just find it very intriguing that they're using that approach for this movie. I'm actually, I mean, like, yeah, no, I'm so hyped up about being able to see this. So let's see, what do we have next? All right, so next we have Halsey. She actually just released like a whole body of work that is like a visual album. It has like a movie and everything. It's called If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. It looks amazing. I have not watched it. I saw a preview for it. I love it, the way it looks. I can't play the audio, but what I will say is that the one song, it's like something about being a woman and God, or oh yeah, I'm not a woman, I'm a God. It definitely gives me Ariana Grande, God is a woman vibes. And I saw someone tweet that too. But Halsey looks beautiful. And this, she like did all of this while she was actually kind of going through her first pregnancy. And this is after, publicly dealing with endometriosis. And she actually suffered a miscarriage. I read like back like 5 years ago. So yeah, no, I mean that's like so tragic, obviously. And she kept trying and trying and trying, and God blessed her, or whoever you believe in, or if you don't believe in anybody. She was blessed though with a child, and I think that's beautiful. So she like apparently a lot of this album has to do with like all like the mixed emotions that you go through while experiencing pregnancy and like, you know. So shout out to Halsey because I think that's dope and I can't wait to actually watch the movie. Now moving on to Lil Nas X, like he literally got so dragged in so many different directions because of those shoes that he had with like the blood in the sole. And now Tony Hawk is just going to come out with blood infused skateboards. As soon as I saw it, I was like, no way. Like what? No. But it's true. And that's the crazy part. And obviously, so, Lil Nas X, he was like, I hope you guys keep the same energy for him, which obviously they're not. But like he commented under a post. I don't have all my pictures on here. I don't really know how to access all of them. He commented under a post and was like, they were like, what do you think? Like, and he said, nah, he tweaking. And suddenly all the Instagram comments on like every page the other day were just filled with nah, he tweaking. Oh my God. Nah, he tweaking was literally everywhere. But yeah, no. So Lil Nas X tweeted, now that Tony Hawk has released skateboards with his blood painted on them and there was no public outrage, are y'all ready to admit that y'all were never upset actually over the blood in the shoes and maybe you were just mad for some other reason? Let's see. Really though. Because I think it's pretty obvious that he's problematic to everybody because he's an openly gay man. Well, and on top of it, I mean, everybody knows like black gay men get it even worse. So that's that. I that's even further into the topic, and it's too much to even get into, but that's a fact. And so I think he has every right to call this out. Every right to call it out. That's what the fuck I would do. But can we just really be honest? Like, what the hell is wrong with you that this is what y'all feel the need to do? Put your blood on this stuff? Why? No. Keep your blood in your veins. Donate it to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, donate it to a blood bank. Like, why are you? It's sick. I still can't get over the Nahi tweaking. But in other news regarding Lil Nas X, he actually, shout out to Pop Crave. He, because I, instead of going to his page, my lazy ass just real quick screenshotted this. But he is releasing, he finally announced the release date of Montero, his debut album. Now, when they say debut album, do they mean, because what was his first body of work? Was that not considered an album? Was that like an EP? I guess. But so yeah. So shout out to Lil Nas X because his new stuff looks really dope. I should have included the little video clip that he posted on his Instagram that's like he like has like this blonde wig and contacts on, and he's like doing the news talking about himself. Listen, that boy's a narcissist. I love him though. His visuals are so dope. But he's a narcissist. So, Olivia Rodrigo. Now, this is interesting. Now, this actually... Ooh, I thought there was a bug in my face. That was a little fuzz. If you could have seen me right now, that would have been... Oh my God. I would have been a meme. I would have been over. Okay, so anyway, Olivia Rodrigo with her song Good For You. You definitely know the song. It went crazy. It's like getting all these awards and accolades and breaking all these records and just going crazy town. This girl is super, super talented. She is from the High School Musical, the series. I find the name to be annoying and the show to be unnecessary. However, I did watch some of it, and it's all right. Listen, I find her much more entertaining as a solo artist than I do as her character on that show. But anyway, her song Good For You, everyone was like talking about how it sounded very similar to Paramore's Misery Business. That came out, like 10 years ago? Maybe even longer, 15 years ago. I love that song. I mean, I'm 27 years old, and I personally grew up like loving that song. So anybody around my age definitely knows that song. It was all over the radio. So Olivia Rodrigo, recently the credits were changed on the song for her song Good For You, and they include now the people from Paramore, Hayley Williams and Joshua Farrow. Now, I don't really know, I'm not as familiar with Joshua and his name obviously as I am with Hayley Williams, because she was like the standout with her red hair back then. But I just think it's very interesting that it took this long for them to add it. And I'm wondering, like, was there a legal situation? Like, did it sound too similar? Did they go to court over it? Was it just her being like, yeah, you're right, they were, a big inspiration for me? I'm intrigued to know that information. Because basically what they're saying is like, oh yeah, this happens all the time. Sometimes, like, they just like later on include like inspirations for. And it's just like, all right, I feel like this is like a media spin about the situation, because it definitely, especially the way Haley Williams responded, she had put up something like, wow, my publisher is wilding right now. And I'm like, why are they wilding right now? Like, was she thinking, oh, this is shady? You know what I'm saying? Um, and now they're putting the story like, oh, like they just like casually changed the the writing credits. And yeah, I don't know how casual it was. That's all I'm saying. But yeah. So yeah, now Haley Williams and Joshua Farrow are included in the writing credits on "Good for You" by Olivia Rodrigo. And I actually don't know. I don't know if anybody else is listed as on the writing credits, because the video that I'm using is literally the basic slideshow of like my topics, and a lot of my screenshots are not here. And we've already been on this thing for 26 minutes. See, the thing is, I don't want to do these too long. I want to blast through the topics, you know, give a
Real
couple of
tea,
minutes
classic
each.
savage.
And
Ooh, spill that tea. Real tea, classic savage.
hmm, hmm, hmm. So, another thing that I just want to briefly touch on is OnlyFans. OnlyFans, they, you know, they were saying that hold on. They were originally going to, so if you've been paying attention, they were originally saying that they were going to be banning sexually explicit content from the platform, which is crazy because they basically made their money off of people, you know, selling ass, you know, like selling pussy, selling ass, like selling dick, like on there. And they had sex workers on there. And it was basically, that was what it was for. Everybody knows that's what OnlyFans was for. And I mean, I personally, when I started hearing about it, I was like, that should be being used by celebrities so that their fans can have like a definite way to be able to get exclusive content from them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think of it like, imagine if Nicki Minaj could have like a platform like an OnlyFans where you pay, you subscribe every month, and you get like exclusive content that only people from there can get. You can get like new posters, or like just like all the different ways that technology and everything has brought entertainment more to the user. Like, it would be so dope if celebrities and like artists could connect with their fans like that. And I always wanted OnlyFans to be like that, but I think that it is so unfair that they were going to, after all this time and making so much money off of it, they were just gonna slap all those people in the face and take it away, and act like they didn't build their brand off the backs of all those sex workers. Really, because that's what they were. I know sometimes people get uncomfortable with that, like, oh, like hookers or prostitutes or like like, but at the end of the day, like these people, whether they like were repeatedly posting videos of them with their boyfriends, girlfriends, wife, husband, whatever, they were selling sex in a way, which also is, interestingly enough, is what a lot of celebrities do anyway. They, because sex sells. So it just goes to show where our society is now. But I yeah, they took it back. They said thank you to everyone for making your voices heard. We have secured assurances necessary to support our diverse creator community and have suspended the planned October 1st policy change. OnlyFans stands for inclusion, and we will continue to provide a home for all creators. Listen, in other words, you guys knew you were about to lose so many people to Tyga's new app and new service that he was going to be starting, which I think he's still starting. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I think Tyga better be careful too, because, you know, there's been allegations in the past. That's all I'm going to say. And allegedly, obviously. And also, OnlyFans is very much more established in this than he is. So hopefully he doesn't make it a bad investment. And I think we're going to cap it at that because we have now hit we are past the 30-minute mark. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a part 2 because there's definitely way more hot topics on my list this week. And yeah, now that I got through this time and I did all these, features on here that I didn't even know of until just like 40 minutes ago, the next one is going to be even better. Okay. So thank you so much if you tuned in, and come back. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Real tea, plastic savage. Ooh, spill that tea.